kids from like I want to say it was 12 to 16 and gave them the vaccine, and 15 of them came down with heart inflammation that lasted months, and they were like, oh yeah, after 6 months all of them recovered. 6 months, 6 motherfucking months with a heart condition.
Yeah, that's a lot of
what the hell.
Yeah. So I'm just wondering, is that heart condition going to continue through their life, or is it was it just something from the COVID that caused the temporary inflammation?
Well, I don't know. They didn't have a heart condition. They got the vaccine. They had a heart condition, and it was 100% of
But
them.
did they have an undiagnosed heart condition?
But you wouldn't think 100% of them would.
You would think that before they allowed them to be part of the trial or the study, they would do
they would probably do like a
comprehensive physical.
But a lot of things, like Chris, I had physicals because I was very athletic. You know, I played team sports from the time I was a tot. I had lots of physicals and nothing ever came up strange. I mean, but at the same time, I had what kid who's healthy faints and, has all these other things that I had, these anaphylactic reactions out of nowhere.
Well, right, but back then, they didn't know about it.
Right, and I understand that, but on a physical, to this day, if I wasn't complaining about pain, a lot of my problems wouldn't show up on a physical.
Right.
So
I'm seeing so many people getting diagnosed with EDS now because it's being known.
Right. I think, I really
fibromyalgia.
I believe the vast majority of fibromyalgia patients have EDS. I've thought it for years.
Well, that's what you were originally diagnosed with.
Well, I mean, I did the whole...
But what I mean is, that's what they diagnosed you with.
Yeah, until they figured it out.
And then they said, oh, wait, no, actually, it's this.
Yeah. And I think that's the case for a lot of people because, that's the weird thing about EDS, and we'll talk about this in the next episode, is it's kind of like what we were talking about lupus. Everybody experiences it differently because where it attacks and what So I think that was the sticking point that was making the doctors like, what the fuck? Because it's hard to find, diagnosticians, it's the same as when you diagnose what's wrong with a computer. You look for patterns. And when the patterns aren't there, it muddles everything, And so I really think eventually there will be no more fibromyalgia and it will be all EDS. EDS is not rare. EDS is rarely understood, and that's a big difference.
Yeah, well, fibromyalgia, in my opinion, has always been kind of a cop-out diagnosis anyway.
I agree.
And they tell you it's a diagnosis by exclusion.
Right, well, we don't know what's fucking wrong, so we're calling it fibromyalgia.
You clearly have pain, you clearly have disability, but you don't have lupus, you don't have MS, you don't have RA.
It always seems like when I look into stuff, it always seems like I'm on the edge of having something.
Didn't your lupus test come back borderline?
Mine, I can't tell you, probably 20 times.
Well, you don't have lupus,
I've
but
had
you're
the
borderline.
lupus panel run. I mean, if you're borderline 20 times, that should tell you something, right?
Yeah, I think she only had one test.
Yeah, I only had one.
Or panel.
And then even like with the fibromyalgia, with like the tender points, I don't think I have as many as they say you should for. But I definitely have some because it feels like if someone tries to massage me, it's just it's like they're massaging a bruise or something.
Yeah,
that's why I just go straight for the butt.
But honestly, Ross will be like trying to be sweet and like rub on my back.
I said that's why I go straight for the butt, and he went, "Oh."
He'll be trying to rub me and be sweet, and it hurts.
And it's just like, oh, don't do that.
See, that's why I curtail all that shit.
I appreciate the thought, but ow.
Yeah, that's why I skip all of that.
I get it right here, and then like on my hips, like above the butt.
Yeah.
Oh, just don't push on those areas.
Yeah, I really think fibromyalgia is just Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. I really do.
Well, I mean, like I said, I've said for a long time that I think fibro is a bullshit. Not a bullshit diagnosis.
Yeah.
I think it's a cop out.
Something is going on.
Yeah, definitely.
Those people are absolutely in
pain.
pain.
But their diagnosis, calling it, you just have fibro. It's like, what is it like?
It's like chronic fatigue syndrome. I think that's a bullshit diagnosis too.
Yeah, something else is going on there.
Yeah,
Well, a lot of times fibro, EDS, chronic fatigue, I think there might be some lupus maybe. All of those are usually kind of clumped.
Yeah, and
those people are kind of clumped together
because all the symptoms overlap. Right. You know.
But of those 4, I think 2 of them are bullshit diagnoses.
Yeah, they're diagnoses of exclusion.
Yeah. We don't know what's wrong, so it's either fibro or chronic fatigue
and since you're complaining more of pain than you know, which is your worst debilitator, pain or fatigue? Well, for you it's pain, so fibro. For you it's fatigue, so chronic fatigue. Yeah. You know, and I think that's how it washes out. And I think by the time people get to that point, they're so fucking exhausted with the system and with being sick and not knowing what the fuck is wrong. That just having a label feels like a win. Yeah. So they take it. I know because I was there. You know, because, you know, a lot of people, when you say, I don't think fibromyalgia is a thing, they think you mean, I don't think these people are suffering. Oh,
that's absolutely not the case. No, absolutely not. What I'm saying is, I think as a diagnosis, fibromyalgia should be taken off the table, just like chronic fatigue.
Find out what it really is.
Yeah, find out what the fucking problem actually is. Don't say, well, we don't know, so...
Here's some pills.
I don't even go to the doctor most of the time when something's wrong, because I'm just like...
Well, see, that's...
Like with my back. When I was having so much problems with my back. I'd gone to the regular doctor. They took x-rays and everything. Your spine's great. You've got great things between...
Discs and stuff?
Yeah, disc, great space... Everything looks fine.
I was actually expecting to see a lot narrower of a cartilage.
Me too, because of the pain.
Her shit looked fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be cocked all sideways.
Yeah, she's all fucked up, walking like Quasimodo, and they're like, oh, it looks great.
Your spine's beautiful.
You're like, well, then what the fuck? But, I mean, it's true, because, I'll say in a message, God damn, I'm miserable. I feel like, then you'll go, have you gone to the doctor? And I always think, no. Because...
why bother?
Like, I mean, I could just take my $25 and flush it down the toilet.
It's like this fucking hip pain. I keep thinking, I need to go to the doctor. They're going to take an x-ray. They're going to say it looks fine. It's going to be the same
song and dance that we've done 1,000 times.
There's nothing wrong with it. Then we got to pay money for the doctor.
And we still get no resolution. Why don't we just go watch a movie and... At least we did something with the $50.
Last night I had a dream that I'd gotten beat up or something. Like my face was all bloody and I was going up some steps.
Probably because of your fucking mouth.
And Chris is helping me up.
Don't spit on me. Either one of y'all.
Well, damn, we were both taking a drink.
Shit, I didn't expect that either.
Chris is helping me up these steps because I can barely walk.
You mean you just kick your ass down the steps?
I'm not the one that did it. I mean, shit.
That's when it would have been good to have some video.
Yeah. And then I wake up and my pain or my hip is killing me. I'm like, oh, I'm dreaming about my pain again.
Yeah, I mean, I do that. Like, I'll dream because I have neuropathy. And when neuropathy gets really bad, it's like the nerve endings are on fire. And
I had it on top of my head for a little while, and I had to.
I wouldn't like that.
Pills?
I don't know.
I'd have to get a cold, like sopping wet towel, like when I'm laying in bed, to put on my head,
almost to numb it.
That seems like it was the only thing that would like calm it down.
Well, that makes sense to me because when my neuropathy hurts really bad, I will tell Ross, run me he will run the hottest bath water and then add boiling water to it.
Fuck.
That I get in. And it burns like a motherfucker.
Remember Bugs Bunny? I
chop up the carrot. And that little
bit of spoon.
And that little witch with the crazy hair dances around it. But that's what it always makes me feel like. But that intense hot or cold,
that's what I told
almost shorts out the nerve endings.
That's what I told him.
I could have been putting ramen noodles in that.
On top of my head, the only thing I could try to help him understand is it almost felt like a chemical burn or something. It wasn't like fire hot. It was like a
kind of like fire and electrical all at once. You know,
it was so weird.
Because your nerve endings are going.
And
I was on pills for that for a little while.
That extreme temperature change sort of shorts out because if I don't do that, I will literally scratch until the pads of my fingers are bloody.
Oh wow!
And because it concentrates in my fingertips, and it seems to short it out. But yeah, I have dreams. I'll wake up dreaming had parts of me amputated, and when I wake up, it's that part is in like really bad pain.
Yeah, not too long ago, I had a dream that, remember, I got shot. I think I got shot in the ass, and my hip was hurting, and I woke up and my hip was hurting. I was like, well, I was shot, so that's why.
As my war injury, I got shot in the ass.
All right, we're over our time. Y'all be good.
Bye.